The dog days of summer have arrived, but you don't want your dog or your cat getting too hot. The Winnipeg Humane Society has important reminders for pet owners on how to protect your animal from the heat. Joining us now from the Winnipeg Humane Society's, she's the medical manager there, is Holik. Good morning, Kara.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, summer is a fun time. Your dogs, your cats, they want to be outside sometimes, but you have to be mindful of the heat. Let's talk about some of the effects the heat could have on your animal and what are signs of trouble.
Yeah, so animals, their internal temperatures are already warmer than ours, and then they have a harder time cooling off. They don't sweat like we do.
Okay.
So it's important to restrict them because they will overexert themselves. Those dogs want to play fetch and chase the ball, and they don't know when too much is too much.
Okay.
So keeping them cool with lots of water, shade, ventilated areas, and on those hot days, maybe just exercise them in the morning hours and the evening hours and avoid those middle of the day.
Yeah. And their little paws too can be damaged by those hot pavements when you go for a walk, right?
So just avoid pavement on hot days, and if you're not sure, if you hold the surface of your hand to the pavement for just a couple of seconds, if that's uncomfortable for you, then that's too hot for their paws. So in that case, walk them on the grass.
Okay, and are there booties you could put on their feet to protect them?
There may be some breathable booties available, but I would probably avoid that because then that's how they release their body heat too. So you don't want to keep their paws too hot.
Okay, so grass walking indeed. Okay, let's talk about, you're at the lake, your dog, your cat, whatever, but mainly dogs, they want to go play in the water. And let's say they're drinking that lake water. Should they be drinking that lake water?
Not ideally. I mean, some water is better than none, but ideally provide them with fresh water. There are parasites and diseases in lake water.
And that can make them sick.
That can make them sick, yeah.
Which you don't want.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk
in little amounts it would be okay.
Okay, so bring like a little bowl with you no matter where you go, and make sure you always have some nice,
water.
Cool, fresh water. What about sunscreen? Because we know that we're always told as us humans to, put sunscreen on our faces, our ears, whatever. What about your dog?
Yeah, same thing. They have skin just like us, so they're at risk for sunburn. Of course, they're covered in a layer of fur, so you don't have to worry about that. But any exposed, vulnerable skin on their ear tips, their nose, their eyelids, that's all prone to getting sunburn too, especially the pink noses and the lighter skinned animals.
So what do you do?
There's pet-friendly sunscreen you can actually get. We sell it in our gift shop. It might be available online as well, and you can apply that.
And it's just cream, just like normal sunscreen. And how often should you reapply?
Probably every few hours, depending if they're going swimming or not. But
let's
a couple times a day.
Hot cars.
Yes.
People are still doing it.
Yes.
If you're bringing your pet out anywhere, don't leave them in a hot car no matter what.
Just don't bring your dog.
Just leave them at home.
Yeah.
What's the danger of being in a hot car?
Well, the second you turn that car off, if it's a hot day, the temperature will rise 5 to 10 degrees within the first 5 minutes.
Wow.
So it's like an oven in there. And you may think it's cool just for a few minutes, but it can be really dangerous to your dog who can't cool themselves off easily.
And so what do you do then? Just leave them at home, like you said?
Leave them at home. If you have to take them along, you have to figure out a way to leave your air conditioning running while you run inside to do an errand. Or
leave your loved one with the animal so they can hang out with them in the car while you run your errands inside, and so everybody is safe. Ticks. This is tick season. What do you want people to think about?
Heartworm and tick season has begun. There's products you can get that will keep the ticks from biting them. Heartworm season started June 1st, so people should be on that already. That's once a month treatment for 6 months.
Okay.
But just monitor your animals if they're going in long grass. Check them over, but there's lots of products that will just keep the ticks from biting them and spreading diseases like Lyme disease.
And so it's easy. The ticks don't even want to bite your animal with this product, which is exactly what you want. Any other summer tips for pet owners?
Just provide lots of water. Kiddie pools is a great idea to have available in your yard if you do want to have playtime with your dogs, and then that way they have the option to cool down if they want to jump in the kiddie pools.
Stay in there all day.
Yeah, exactly. And just watch those thicker coated dogs and those dogs we call brachycephalics, so like pugs and shih tzus where their snouts are shorter. Those guys have a hard time breathing. So just watch those dogs and keep them cool.
All right, great advice. And it's going to be a hot summer, so thank you so much for that.